Exploring the differences between the women's long jump and triple jump. Track and field is a sport that tests the limits of human ability in many different ways, whether it's running the fastest, throwing the farthest, or jumping the highest or longest. Among the most visually striking events are the horizontal jumps, particularly the women's long jump and triple jump. These two events, while sharing some similarities in terms of layout and execution area, differ significantly in technique, training, biomechanics, and the kind of athleticism they demand. This in-depth article explores these two disciplines from multiple angles, technical, physiological, and historical, to fully understand the distinctions and the unique challenges each presents. Whether you're a coach, athlete, or curious fan, understanding these nuances will deepen your appreciation for the athletes who master these complex events. The women's long jump. Speed meets explosiveness. The long jump is one of the oldest and most straightforward events in track and field. At its core, the event involves a single leap from a designated takeoff board after a sprinting approach, with the aim of landing as far away as possible into a sandpit. The official measurement is taken from the edge of the takeoff board to the nearest mark made in the sand, typically the jumper's heels or another part of the body that touches the ground first. What may appear simple to the casual observer is actually a highly refined and technical maneuver. The most critical moment in the long jump is the transition from horizontal sprinting to vertical lift. This is achieved during the takeoff phase, which demands an explosive upward and outward force while maintaining as much forward speed as possible. Too much vertical motion can kill momentum, while too little causes a flat trajectory and limited airtime. Elite female long jumpers must master several interconnected elements: acceleration down the runway, an efficient and consistent stride pattern to hit the takeoff board accurately, a powerful takeoff using mostly one leg, mid-air posture, often a hang or hitch kick technique, and a controlled landing. Top performers regularly jump in the range of 6.5 to 7.5 meters, with world records just beyond that range. The long jump is a prime example of how raw speed, when coupled with precision and explosive strength, can create an extraordinary athletic performance. The women's triple jump. Complexity in motion. The triple jump is often described as a more complex cousin to the long jump, sometimes referred to as the hop, step, and jump. Rather than one leap into the sand, the triple jump requires three distinct phases following the sprint approach: a hop from one foot onto the same foot, a step onto the opposite foot, and finally, a jump into the sandpit. These three phases must flow together seamlessly. If any part is mistimed or misaligned, the entire sequence can fall apart. The athlete must not only maintain momentum but also absorb and redirect large amounts of force between each phase. The key to a successful triple jump lies in maintaining velocity and balance while transitioning between movements. The forces involved are immense. During the hop and step phases, ground reaction forces can exceed 12 times the jumper's body weight. This places tremendous demands on an athlete's joints, especially the ankles, knees, and hips. As a result, triple jumpers undergo highly specialized strength and conditioning programs to prepare their bodies for these stressors. Elite women in the triple jump reach distances of 14 to over 15.5 meters, making the event not only physically demanding but also one of the most technically challenging in all of athletics. Technical differences between the two events. While both events begin with a sprinting approach, their techniques diverge considerably from that point on. In the long jump, the goal is to transition from speed to vertical lift in one fluid movement. The takeoff requires generating lift without losing horizontal velocity. Mid-air, the jumper's posture is fine-tuned to extend hang time and prepare for an efficient landing. In the triple jump, the emphasis shifts toward controlled explosiveness. The athlete must use the initial hop not just for distance but to create a base for the following two movements. Each subsequent phase is more difficult than the last due to fatigue and the energy required to transition. The second and third phases are especially sensitive. Overextending in the hop can lead to a weak step or a failed final jump. The timing, rhythm, and coordination needed in the triple jump far exceed that of the long jump, making it a true test of an athlete's technical training and proprioception. Physiological demands on female athletes. Biological and physiological differences between male and female athletes can influence performance and event-specific strengths. Female athletes, for example, tend to have a higher proportion of slow-twitch muscle fibers compared to fast-twitch fibers, which are responsible for quick, explosive movements. This has implications in events like the triple jump, where repeated bursts of power are essential. Additionally, joint stability and connective tissue strength are areas of concern, especially in the triple jump, which can be harsh on knees, hips, and ankles. Many elite programs now tailor strength and mobility training to address these unique demands, particularly in female athletes. There is also a psychological aspect to consider. The triple jump, due to its complexity and susceptibility to fouls, requires a high level of mental resilience and focus. Athletes must execute not one but 3 jumps perfectly under competitive pressure, a task that adds significant psychological load compared to the single execution nature of the long jump. Training differences and coaching approaches. Training programs for long jump and triple jump athletes reflect the distinct demands of each event. Long jumpers focus heavily on sprint mechanics, explosive power, and plyometric exercises that enhance takeoff strength. Technical drills emphasize board accuracy and in-air mechanics. Triple jumpers, meanwhile, undergo more phase-specific training. Their workouts include drills that isolate each jump phase, focusing on rhythm, strength endurance, and joint stability. Because of the risk of injury, volume and intensity must be carefully balanced to allow proper recovery. Coaching approaches also vary. Long jump training tends to emphasize maximum velocity and refined takeoff technique. Triple jump coaching is more holistic, requiring attention to rhythm, symmetry, and landing mechanics for each phase. Video analysis, strength monitoring, and biomechanical assessments are commonly used to fine-tune every movement. Iconic female jumpers who redefined the events. The long jump has featured legendary athletes like Jackie Joyner-Kersee, who not only excelled in the event but also in the heptathlon. More recently, Brittany Reese dominated the international stage with Olympic and World Championship titles, becoming one of the most decorated long jumpers in history. In the triple jump, no name stands taller than Yulimar Rojas of Venezuela. A 4-time world champion and Olympic gold medalist, Rojas has broken the world record and consistently pushed the boundaries of what is physically possible in the event. Her personal best of 15.74 meters is a testament to her incredible technique, strength, and athletic innovation. These athletes represent the pinnacle of achievement in their respective events and continue to inspire the next generation of jumpers. The cultural and competitive landscape. While both events are now staples in women's athletics, their rise to prominence occurred at different times. The women's long jump has been part of the Olympic program since 1948, while the triple jump was only introduced in 1996. This historical difference has affected the depth of talent and level of competition in each event. However, with more exposure, better coaching, and increased support for women's athletics globally, the triple jump has gained momentum. More female athletes are taking on the challenge of the event and pushing performance levels ever higher. This cultural shift is not just about records, it's about broadening the spectrum of what women are seen as capable of in sports. It reflects a growing appreciation for technical skill and strategic execution, not just raw speed or power. Conclusion. The women's long jump and triple jump are both fascinating events that highlight different aspects of elite athletic performance. The long jump is a pure, explosive expression of speed and power, a single leap that requires precise execution under pressure. The triple jump, on the other hand, is a complex, multi-phase event that challenges an athlete's coordination, resilience, and strength through 3 demanding movements. Though they take place on the same runway and end in the same sandpit, these events tell very different athletic stories. Understanding their unique demands not only enhances our appreciation for the athletes who compete in them but also deepens our respect for the science, strategy, and heart that go into every jump. As more athletes rise through the ranks and push the boundaries of what's possible, both events will continue to evolve, bringing with them new heroes, new records, and new reasons to watch in all.